I'm saying? Meaning, when you sacrifice a dog, the dog dies. That's a dead sacrifice. But when you sacrifice yourself, which is an act of your worship, you die, yet you are alive. That's a living sacrifice. So the more you appear before that altar for worship, the more you die, yet you are still breathing. That's a living sacrifice. After sacrificing upon the altar, the sacrificial material is still living. After sacrificing upon the altar, the sacrificial material is dead, not breathing. That's a dead sacrifice. But in our own case, it's a living sacrifice. So the more we do that, the more we die. What I'm trying to say in essence is that the more the time you spend on the ways of the Spirit, how can you fly when you don't know the way of the wind? Power at work in you, bringing within. Hey, swallow your pride. Now come to the school of the Spirit. Don't you know in His hands is the key to eternal life? Little there, until the day we die. He's at work in you. Everything. Hey. He's the Holy Ghost. He's the Holy Ghost. Spirit of the living God. He's the Holy Ghost. Satan of the King. Holy Ghost. Bring in everything in my life. Bring in everything in my life. The Holy Ghost bringing everything in my life in obedience to Christ. That can only be done in an atmosphere of worship. Always having it in mind that we worship God. Our loyalty is to Him, the one who dwells amidst the cherubs. His holiness is without stain. He is the Almighty. Anything we do, anything we think about, for everything we will become what we want to become, if it is to the end that Christ cannot find expression, if it is to the end that Christ cannot be glorified, it is not worship. Your worship has been interrupted. For every time we do anything that has to do with ourselves, then it means that our worship has been interrupted. He said, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. In the priorities of prayer, and prayer is a form of worship, we have the worshiping of God, we have the kingdom come, we have the will be done. Then we are on number 4 on the priority list, which is give us this day our daily bread. Even though by the time we estray that, we will realize that it was what was practiced to the Israelites in the wilderness. It's to the end that God is glorified. That your business, if it is to the end that God is glorified, is a worship. If it is to the end that Christ can find expression through you, that's worship. So if you sing to the end that your voice will be heard and you can be promoted, your worship has been interrupted, because God will not be glorified when flesh is finding expression. We have come to learn eternal mysteries of worship. We do this now and with full expression in the age to come. We will do this eternally. That is why we are created. We will do this eternally. Every day of our life. Think about it. Any conversation that it is to the end that God will not be glorified, your worship has been interrupted. Any conversation any assignment, any project, any relationship, that whatsoever you do is to the end that God is not glorified, then that worship has been interrupted. Tonight, we retreat ourselves and set ourselves on the course of His glory in the context of worship, as we activate these eternal mysteries in us, that God may come alive again. When we truly become His worship, never will Satan come near us. The most powerful weapon that a man can use is to become the worship of God, because God demands every time our worship. Can you just close your eyes and pray in the Spirit? Produce sounds that can resonate with the sound that is coming from heavens. Scantemanai, Vikapo Savena, Inena.
Ena kambia sibigi bahata. E commandest migi babatega bas. E kabas samamanda kisemietiata. E kongo simini manda bakabile kitiatis. E zumanta bakaba babate kibigis. Ele combos de barada kagigi sivanda. Eloa lai kebozo vembo bakiege dietis. Rokombe tevigi baba seme mendes te jagabile. Egulaka galaite vieti baba sime mombro tegigate. Ebasa mamante gigabaka kadeli liada. Femombe rumanda kiste pibinaya. Ego si bavaka gele dietina size vitibana. Jemen kun testizizi ganta ti sevene mompiae. Eronti stakigatande stininda sazane. Ezomonte kizaya. Can you raise your voice and pray in the Holy Ghost? Pray in the Holy Ghost. Pray in the Holy Ghost. The power in this place is serious. Kai. Kai. Kamanze minikimba take libidibaya. Endone nakal elelele this season. You can do it better. You can do it better. Raise your voice. Pray in the Holy Ghost. Kokombe sisi visi vidibaya. Oya gomo siminante bigibate. Kemonda sisi gabidi baradane. Elolandas. Oh Elohim. Oh, kahana mama kababa debe dibazane. Oya kimanda tami kesizi vedi babanaka. We have learned what worship is. I want you to intentionally place yourself in that place. Be conscious of God in this place. Now I want you to raise your sound to God right now. Keninando stabibiaka. Olelanda siminikandes. Evana makai elelakando. Oye babeka eya kabene. Eyake. Elialoda dadea. Raise your voice. Enu kambis. Itiatona nakeda. Udududu ke mama de biakale. Ezababami kanwaden. Eliale kana nenada. Adieteneda. Ake bababe barane. Eyatade. Elohim. Madonna. Ekayo. Iate kamo baranaka. Ayababa yate. Eshiate. This life is for you, Jesus. Ekiana nova. Ayada dete. Eyate. Nane. If you need a man who will seek you, who will love you, I am here. Echo Sababaya. No matter the circumstances, I am here.